Good evening, everyone. As you may know, once a year at our state leadership conference, our membership has the opportunity and responsibility of electing new state officers to lead our organization in the upcoming year. This year, due to the unfortunate circumstances, these campaigns will take place online. We will now introduce our 2020-2021 state officer candidates, and they will each start off with an introductory speech. Now we'll begin with the president-elect candidate. Running for president-elect, Siddharth Satish.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Siddharth Satish, and I'm running to be your next NJ HOSA president-elect. As we move into the 2020 to 2021 year of HOSA, I would like to talk to everyone about the one main goal of this year's term. I want us to all realize that we are privileged to go to schools with such a beautiful program and to be able to afford time on weekends and weekdays to attend not only club meetings, but competitions as well. But this is sadly not the case for many in our state. Some have siblings to take care of on weekends while parents work, while others simply don't have access to a program at their school. Expanding our NJ HOSA initiative to cover more high schools and more middle schools across the state and bridging the gap between equity and HOSA is going to be my central mission. I could tell you the 20 other ideas that I have, but for me and for you, only this one should matter. NJ HOSA is a united HOSA, and I'm here to make that dream a reality. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, for Northern Regional Vice President, Sia Kulkarni.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sia Kulkarni, and I'm running to be your NJ HOSA Northern Regional Vice President. I am so excited to see all of you here today, even though it might be through a screen. I've had the pleasure of serving as your 2019-2020 NJ HOSA Secretary, and if there's one thing that you should learn from this speech, it is this. I can act as the compass, using my past knowledge to navigate the future for NJ HOSA. By listening to my fellow members and incorporating their thoughts into my actions, these next years will be amazing. Some of my goals include increasing participation in HOSA chapters all across the state, and also leveraging healthcare industry connections so that more members can benefit from them. In these trying times, the best of heroes are made. And all of us can see that healthcare workers are amazing. They are the heroes every single day at this time. And as HOSA members, we are the warriors that are stepping up and going into their shoes. As your Northern Regional Vice President, I promise to keep us united and use collective thoughts in order to pave the way for a successful HOSA year. Thank you so much for your time. And remember, don't say see you later to Sia. You'll want to see you later. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, also running for Northern Regional Vice President, Ria Gard.
When faced with the task of lifting a heavy weight with a singular balloon, it seems like an impossible feat. Yet given thousands of balloons, the same weight becomes bearable and is able to be lifted. As individual HOSA members, we stand powerful. Yet when we are united, we have the ability to make a bigger impact. With the opportunity to be your state Northern Regional Vice President, I would take initiative to focus on collaboration between different local chapters in order to build an intricate networking system. Every local chapter has something different to offer, and I strongly believe that it is important to recognize each unit for its own ideas. Furthermore, I'm qualified for this position as I've had years of experience on my local HOSA board, and I will be able to bring my perspective into this bigger scale. As a sophomore, I was my chapter's historian, and I learned how a board operates and the different dynamics that are necessary. Moreover, I am my current chapter's vice president, and this has just enhanced my passion for HOSA. Having the opportunity to serve on your state board would allow me to pursue my envisioned goals for the upcoming year. Vote Ria G for VP, and together, let's go up, up, and away. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, running for the position of Southern Regional Vice President, Sanskriti Brahmbhatt.
Hello, NJ HOSA. My name is Sanskriti Brahmbhatt, and I'm running to be your Southern Regional Vice President. We measure everything around us, from our height to our business, to its growth, because growth monitors success, and trees are the best example for growth. While they start off as small seeds, underground, they slowly grow and eventually transform into giants. And HOSA is our tree. Its roots are communication. I want to strengthen our roots by increasing communication with general members through chapter visits. HOSA's branches are its membership, and I want to extend these branches by establishing more middle school chapters. Finally, the leaves and the beauty of our HOSA tree are its events, and I'm invested in the growth and quality of these events. But what good is a plant without water? And what good are these goals without a leader to nurture them? If you want a seed to grow, water is the key. And if you want our HOSA tree to flourish, vote Sanskriti for SRVP. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, also running for Southern Regional Vice President, Kyrilos Ezer.
Hello, NJ HOSA. My name is Kyrilos Ezer, and I'm currently running to become your next 2021 Southern Regional Vice President. With my ideas and your input, I believe that we will have another successful year for NJ HOSA that will leave an impact for years to come. Now, this might seem very strange, but I want you to visualize something in your heads. Visualize NJ HOSA as a machine with different gears, springs, and other parts interconnected on the inside to help it run smoothly. Now and then, an engineer comes in with his toolbox to make upgrades so that machine runs more efficiently. If elected, I will be the engineer that brings countless upgrades to NJ HOSA for all of you. Whether it be communication, internships, or more chapters, the sky is truly the limit with what we can do. So what are you waiting for? Turn the gear and vote for Azir. Thank you, NJ HOSA.
Thank you. Next up for the position of Secretary, Meghna Subaya.
Hello, everyone. My name is Meghna Subaya, and I'm running to be your HOSA State Secretary. Now, sure, I can drone on and on about why I'm a great candidate and why you should choose me, but that's not what this organization is about. From its creation, HOSA has always been about its members, created by students for students. My main mission is to provide a forum where members can connect and communicate openly with other members from other chapters and have an equal opportunity for success. One of my goals for next year is to create a database where members can access and connect with potential internship, leadership, and volunteering opportunities. In addition, I would also like to add a way for members to exchange HOSA competition study materials to lessen the competition costs and even the playing field. As your state secretary, I will strive to exemplify the highest standards of a leader by representing my fellow HOSA members and their wishes for the organization. It would be an honor to serve amongst you all and have the chance to share and make sure others have equal opportunity to reap and experience the benefits of being a HOSA member. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, also running for the position of Secretary, Waina Ali.
Hello, my name is Waina Ali, and I'm running to be your next NJ HOSA Secretary. In the past 2 years, I've had countless experiences as a HOSA member. Not only have they helped shape me as a person, they've also taught me what the true meaning of being a leader is. To me, the most important aspect of being a leader is the ability to listen and learn. Thus, my plan on serving NJ HOSA is to make sure that every member's voice is heard and their needs recognized. The actions I would take is to continue the current initiative to increase chapter growth through unique ideas created by our executive council and all HOSA chapter members. In addition, I would also like to implement 2 initiatives where members gain real-world experience by connecting with HOSA alumni and different healthcare industry members. By gaining feedback and ideas from all NJ HOSA chapter members, we can come together and learn, so the necessary change can be implemented. Thank you, and again, remember to vote Waina Ali for Secretary.
Thank you. Next up for the position of Parliamentarian, Matthew Hunsack.
Hello, New Jersey HOSA. I am Matthew Hunsack, and I am running to be your state parliamentarian. I have so many plans for this upcoming HOSA year because I'm always working towards tomorrow. With my experience competing and placing in parliamentary procedure, I'll make an effective parliamentarian who ensures all are treated with fairness and the integrity of the organization remains intact. My main focus will be to further establish an atmosphere where members can openly share their opinions and participate in interactive activities. I plan to create channels where members can communicate with the board and get a response. This will create a very effective relationship that's also very active. In addition, I would also like to provide that chance with members who aren't in HOSA. I intend to provide a lot of outreach and connection to any student that wants to start on the path to become a future health professional. While a virtual state leadership conference or campaign may be a little crazy, the only thing that I'm crazy for is HOSA and the difference that I can make. My name is Matthew Hunsack, and I want to be an advocate for all HOSA members, a leader, and your state parliamentarian. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, also running for the position of Parliamentarian, Dorian Ho.
Hello, New Jersey HOSA. I'm your current state parliamentarian, Dorian Ho, and I'm rerunning to be your state parliamentarian for next year. At last year's conference, I was asked what we'd be looking back on in a year's time. My answer? A better connection between the state office and the general membership. From that point on, I've been busy turning your ideas into reality, contacting almost 700 schools to grow out our New Jersey HOSA, developing a new competitive event, and being part of the team that brought you some of the largest and smoothest HOSA conferences to date. My term as parliamentarian has proven to me that we can and will make progress when state officers and members come together for our organization. So let's all say it one more time. Ho for HOSA. I make up one half and you make up the rest of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, running for the position of historian, Andrew Yu.
As former presidential candidate and businessman Andrew Yang once said, I'm Asian, so I know a lot of doctors. Now, I can say that this much is applicable for me as well. As I sit before your screens, I know that the eyes looking upon me are those belonging to a group of diverse, aspiring healthcare professionals. Now, some of you may be shy, some of you may like math, and others, like myself, are being driven into insanity because of this quarantine. However, even though we are different individuals, we all still at least have one thing in common, and that is our passion for the medical field. And I aim to use that passion to unite NJ HOSA. As a united HOSA, we can become a group of people who are able to help, inspire, and impact the lives around us while creating life-lasting bonds along the way. So help me, Andrew Yu, make that HOSA a reality by voting for me for your NJ HOSA historian. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, also running for the position of historian, Elizabeth Nee.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Nee, and I'm running to be your New Jersey HOSA historian for the upcoming year. Like how the TikTok renegade dance is the best dance, I'm the best candidate for this position. Since the beginning of my freshman year, I have been an active member of HOSA both in my chapter and competitively, like how the renegade has been a cornerstone of the TikTok community. Through my involvement in HOSA, I've had many amazing experiences, such as meeting the Surgeon General, who I am taller than, by the way. Because of my amazing experiences here, I will always see HOSA as a community that I am deeply passionate about. I'm running today as a candidate because I'm dedicated to this organization, and I want to share it with everyone. In terms of my experiences with leadership positions, I'm a part of my county civic engagement program through my involvement in student government. Through this, I was trained in leadership and communication skills, and I coordinated a social media campaign among my school district. A duty of the historian is to maintain the social media that New Jersey HOSA has, like the Instagram page. As a member of my debate team, I have the role of keeping meticulous records of the extensive research we do for each month's new topic. And because of this, I've learned the best skills for record keeping. This is the main responsibility of historian. So it's for these reasons that I urge you to vote for me, Elizabeth Nee. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, running for the position of member at large, Subhranshu Dutta.
Whether you're a man, a woman, an adult, or a child, all of us are subject to the human struggle. But it is our purpose to unite to overcome that struggle. These were the words of the Nobel laureate Marie Curie, and she was correct. We all face challenges in life, whether they relate to our career, emotions, or purpose. However, we can and will overcome these hurdles by banding together as a human community. A community that supports and encourages leadership and mutual growth. An organization that realizes not only its ability, but its duty to serve those and around them. This is what I see in New Jersey HOSA. In my experience with HOSA, I have found a network of peers who are passionate, caring, and empowered toward their goals. HOSA is a community of people who share similar views and aspire to make the world a better place. I aim to uphold these values and expand upon what makes this organization so amazing, which is community. My name is Subhranshu Dutta, and as your member at large, I will make sure that your voice is heard. And I invite you to set out on this journey with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, running for the position of member at large, Pratham Bhatt.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pratham Bhatt, and I am running for your NJ HOSA member at large. 2 years ago, I had gone on a camping trip, and it was the first time I had seen a perfectly clear night sky, which offered a splendid display of stars. Every star had its own significance, coming together to create constellations. Similarly, HOSA Future Health Professionals is a constellation made up of its dedicated members. Each of them holds their own significance, but come together to create perfection. As member at large, I will make it my utmost priority to ensure that everyone's voice is heard, and NJ HOSA operates at its maximum. I will facilitate communication between the council and chapters and ensure that there is a consistent and smooth transmission of information and important announcements. Being a HOSA officer in my chapter, I understand the responsibility and commitment required as part of a team, and I'm willing to put my best foot forward. As a hardworking individual, I hope to leverage my abilities and take HOSA to the next level. So join me in reaching for the stars and vote for Pratham Bhatt as your member at large. Thank you.
Thank you for all of your amazing speeches. And I would honestly love to work with any of you for the upcoming year. And I'm incredibly impressed by each one of your unique visions for the upcoming year. And I'm sure we'll work together to make those a reality.
To start it off, let's have member at large.
Okay, so Pratham, I would like you to pick a number from 1 to 3. Please.
1.
Okay, the question is, should someone be sorry for wanting to be perfect?
I feel that someone shouldn't need to be sorry for being perfect because they are just trying to improve themselves and become better at what they want to be and what they want to accomplish. Being perfect doesn't necessarily mean that you're the best at everything or that you're the most skillful. It just means that you are determined and you have the perseverance in order to step forward and set out to accomplish certain tasks. So perfection doesn't necessarily mean that you have a bad quality or a bad trait. It's just a desire to become better and to improve yourself. Thank you.
Great job. Now moving on to do. Please pick either number 2 or number 3.
2.
Okay. Your question is, what would a world populated by clones of you be like?
Well, I believe that a world populated by clones of me would be one that is civilized, one that has a lot of hope, one that looks to its leaders for hope. I believe that a world populated by clones of me, although it would not be perfect, it would be one where civilization has no hate. It would be one where people can live freely and they can express their opinions. Because those are my views about civilization and about humanity. A world populated by clones of me, that's an amazing idea, but it's not perfect. And I don't think it's perfect. In fact, what I think is diversity is perfect. So in short, a world populated by me would not be perfect. Thank you.
First for historian is Andrew Yu. Can you please pick a number 1 to 3?
3.
Donald McGannon once said, leadership is an action, not a position. Do you agree or disagree with Donald McGannon and why?
I 100% agree with this quote. Leadership is not something that you just go for just to be in the spotlight and just to be scrutinized by people and just be honestly just in the spotlight, just in the scrutiny of people. But a leadership position should be more about what you do. What you do defines the organization that you're the leader of. And those actions should really define who you are as a person. And it shouldn't just be so you can be in the spotlight. It should be more about how you are as a person and what you would want to do to benefit the organization. Thank you.
Next is Elizabeth Nee.
2.
If you woke up tomorrow and gained any one ability or quality, what would you want it to be and why?
If I were to be able to wake up tomorrow morning and have any superpower or any ability, I would choose the ability to time travel because I would like to go in the past and see how ancient cultures lived. I think that a lot of history tends to repeat itself, and I think that a lot of valuable lessons could be learned and applied to our civilization and society through experiencing the mistakes and downfalls of others. For this, I would like to be able to time travel.
Next is parliamentarian, and first up is Dorian Ho. Pick a number from 1 to 3.
1.
Describe the style in which you communicate ideas to others.
The style in which I would say I communicate ideas to others is to make them understand it in a way that's suitable to them. The thing is, what I found in my HOSA career is that you're always working with people who aren't always going to be on the same page as you. They all understand things differently, and you need to teach something to them, teach a lesson or give information in a way that they can also benefit from it. When you're on a team here, you have a common goal and a common purpose, and making sure your information is common between you is the same way. Thank you.
Good job. Next up is Matthew Hunsack.
2, please.
Pick a character from your favorite book, TV show, or movie. What is one quality that you admire about them that you wish you possessed?
If I had to choose a character from one of my favorite TV shows, I would have to choose Leslie Knope, simply for the reason that she is all about the people. My reasoning for trying to get on the HOSA state board is for the members and for the people. I want to work to create a HOSA that every single member can enjoy and be proud of. I really see myself in her character because every effort and activity that she planned or did was for the benefit of the people of her town. I really am admirable of all of her qualities and selflessness, and that is how I hope I will act if I get elected to this board. Thank you.
Next up, we have the candidates for secretary. Waina Ali, can you please choose between 1, 2, or 3?
1.
If you could be any kitchen utensil, what kitchen utensil would you be and why?
If I could be any kitchen utensil, I would be a spoon. Because really, if you look at it, the function of a spoon is to really pick up everything. And most of the time, I see myself as a spoon because I want everyone to feel as if they're valued in the team. I want everyone to feel as if they have the ability to be a part of a team. So that's why I would, if I had to pick a kitchen utensil, that's why I would pick a spoon.
Thank you. The next candidate is Magna Subaya. Can you please choose either 2 or 3?
2, please.
You're stranded on an island, and you can bring one person or one object with you. Who or what would you bring?
I would bring my phone because I think that if I was to be alone, the first thing that I would go for is to connect with people. Especially during this time, we can really feel it. We can be isolated. And the most thing that's keeping me sane right now is the ability to connect with other people. And as a HOSA state secretary, that's my goal. I really, really want to portray HOSA to be a networking forum rather than just a competition. Thank you.
Up next, we have our candidates for Southern Regional Vice President. First, we have Kyrilos Azer. If you could please pick a number between 1 and 3.
2, please.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
If I was a tree, I think I would be an oak tree. And here's why I say that. Oak trees grow to be very tall, and they stand out from the other trees in the forest. And that's how I see myself. I stand out compared to other people and their actions and what they do. In addition to that, oak trees branch out far and wide. And that's what I like to do as well. I like to branch out far and wide and explore interests, options, and opinions because I want to see what's best for me and I want to see what is going to help me grow and become a better person. Above all things, I really believe that an oak tree is what would fit me best if I were to be a tree. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyrilos. Up next, we have Sanskriti Brahma. Pick a number that's either 1 or 3.
3.
Are you afraid of making mistakes? Why or why not?
Definitely not. Making mistakes is part of the journey, and it always will be. One of the times where I guess I made a huge mistake, and I don't regret it at all because it helped me learn, was hiding who I am. Every single day when I go to school, I wear my John or my bindi, and I've worn it now. And when I started high school, it kind of became a little embarrassing. So I stopped wearing it and decided to just go on. Little did I know that I was hiding a piece of me, and it was a mistake. But learning and making that mistake was so important because it truly showed me to never hide myself. And I think I really needed that experience to learn from it. And now here, even on this conference, I'm proud to wear it. Thank you.
Up next, we have the candidates for Northern Regional Vice President. Ria Garg, can you please pick a number between 1 and 3?
3.
If the NJ HOSA Executive Council were a crayon box, what color would you be and why?
If the NJ HOSA team was a crayon box, I would like to see myself as purple. Purple has always been my favorite color, and I think it's one of those colors that it represents loyalty. As a HOSA member, I am very loyal to this organization. It's an organization that's just meant so much to me. And purple is one of those colors that's calming, it's cool, it's present. And I'd love to be that for the HOSA Executive Board. I want to be a color that you can be dependent on. It's versatile, it's unique. And that is what every HOSA member is. Together, collectively, we are a crayon box. Each crayon is different. Each crayon is a different part of the picture that we're painting. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Sia Kulkarni. Please pick between either 1 or 2.
2, please.
Self-improvement is an important aspect of leadership. How have you improved as a leader? How will you continue to improve?
I personally believe that self-improvement is one of the best qualities that a leader can have, because having the ability to see the mistakes that you have made and improve it makes you a better person as a whole. And one of the times where I had to improve myself is when I failed on a test. And to be honest, I think some of us can relate to this, but I had to retake the test. And although this was kind of an embarrassing moment for me, I did go through my mistakes. And honestly, those mistakes to me felt like stepping stones to my eventual success. And one really important quote that I think sums failure as a whole is that success is not final, failure is not fatal, and it's the courage to continue that counts. And Winston Churchill said this. And this really sums up self-improvement, because anyone who has the courage to self-improve makes a better individual and a better organization in the end. Thank you.
So now we're going to move on to our president-elect candidate, Siddharth Satish. As stated before, can you pick between 1 and 2?
2, please.
What do you think your past self from 5 years ago would say to you right now?
My past self from 5 years ago would be completely honest with me and would tell me that you've been too focused on goals and that you need to branch out and try different things. Personally, after entering high school, we all try to find our own path. And often when doing so, we tend to neglect things that later in life matter to us. Sometimes it's our family, while other times it's our friends. But what we need to understand is ultimately the background that we come from, the identity that we are given and that we forge for ourselves mainly comes from those around us. And understanding how they shape the people that we are is more important than anything else you could ever do. Now, HOSA is a competitive event, and many people compete in this large and diverse family. But ultimately, family is what we are. We all shape each other, and realizing that our identity is shaped by each other is something that I would say to myself. Thank you.
Thank you for all of your great fishbowl responses. It's great to see everyone think on his or her own feet in the moment. And we'll now proceed on to the delegate process. An email should have been sent to each one of your chapter advisors. Included in this email will be a link to this video, a Google form ballot, and all of the candidate flyers. Please be sure to look over everything to make sure you make an informed decision. Each chapter only gets a certain number of voting delegates, so we will be making sure only the appropriate number of people are voting from each chapter. The deadline for voting is 1 week from when the email is sent. The winners of the election will be announced during the awards live ceremony later in April. And if you have any questions, please email Shani or Jessica Seth. And now we'll move on to Nathan.
Once again, thank you so much for everyone for participating in the fishbowl and their candidate speeches. Please make sure to look over all the items provided to you to make an informed decision. And with that being said, I now adjourn this online session.